Hey y'all, welcome to episode 25 of the Christmas card series here at Race and Crafts. Today I'm going to do a sorry about that, Christmas card using this little digi here and a lot of white paper here. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start by going ahead and finishing what I've already started here. And that is I'm adding foam tape to these strips of white paper here. Oops. And I promise I have a purpose for this. And all I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of this foam tape and I'm just cutting it down the center, and I'm just running it along these strips of paper, and I've kind of got them cut to the size I need them. And what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to start by putting the two side pieces in, and what I'm going to hopefully make is a door, as in like a front door. Hold on, I gotta move something here so I have access to my garbage can. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to line it up along this outer edge here. And then I've got just a tiny bit overhang there. And I'm going to grab the next one, and it's going to go on the other side. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to line it up at the bottom and along this side, and I'm just going to piece it down and just snip off the excess. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and measure how much room I'm going to need here. So let's go, you know what, let's start some tape. That might make this easier, putting it on the same height. And by the way, I am using some titanium non-stick scissors by Westcott. Otherwise I would be not successful with the cutting of this. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this down. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. My camera battery died. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and measured the space I'm going to need between my two panels here. And I'm going to go ahead and peel the foam tape off of these. And go ahead and just line them up on this edge here. And for those of you who are scratching your head going, what is she making? It's going to be a door. I did that one just a little too short, but that's okay. We'll just deal with it. go. All right, now this one we're going to measure it and cut it. And we're going to grab a little bit of excess. And just a little piece extra there. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the backing off of these. And this is going to be when it's going to start looking like what it's supposed to look like. I promise. Okay. So we're going to just line this up in the middle here, like that. And then we've got two side pieces, which there we go. That's better. Okay, so we need to I'm just going to trim that down and peel the backing off. Like that. And I'm going to kind of measure it off of what I cut off the last one, which I obviously didn't get my middle piece in the middle. Okay, so we need to take off a tiny bit. Okay. And you want to make sure that you get that straight. And it looks like I need to take off a tiny bit more. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off of this. And I'm going to line that up. Okay. So now I'm going to take that Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in the rest of my card here, and I'm going to quickly stamp my sentiment, and I'm using Cottage Ivy Memento ink. Like that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my adhesive runner. And we're gonna go ahead and layer that. Which I didn't get it really straight, but that's okay. So now we have to decide if I want to go ahead and layer this. Which I think I'm going to. So I'm going to go ahead and put this some red cardstock. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and adhere my red cardstock down. It'll probably make things a bit easier. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put my inside in. Just like that. Oops. And now we're going to adhere a little door. And I'm going to grab some pop dots. And I'm going to decide, okay, so let's put one there. And one there. And we're going to put a little piece of foam tape at the bottom there. Okay, maybe 2 little pieces of foam tape. Alright, pop that off. And we'll go ahead and put that guy on there. Yep, that seems about right. So I'm going to pop a little tiny piece at the top. And I'm going to add one more little tiny piece up there. And then I'm going to peel the backing off all of my adhesive here. And I was going to use the red for a doorknob, but I just don't like the way that looks. So I'm going to check and see if I have any silver. That might make a good doorknob. And I'm just using a hole punch to make the doorknob here. And it's just, I think it's just a touch too small. And I think this punch might be too big, but we're gonna just play with it and see. Which it is. So I'm going to take off a little bit. And I know I'm off camera here, but I'm just cutting a little bit of that circle off. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pop that on a tiny piece of foam tape as well. And I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to come in with my nonstick scissors and kind of trim it so it fits underneath my circle here. And I'm going to pull the backing off, and we're going to add our little door. And I'm going to grab, I think it's up here. Sorry about that, guys. And you can see my arm. As a matter of fact, that's all you can see right now. But I'm going to grab this little tiny Merry Christmas and see if maybe I can stamp it and maybe hang it below. We're gonna find out though. And at this point I'm just playing, guys, because I have no idea if I will actually use it or not. So let's just see. And I'm using Cottage Ivy once again. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut that with my trimmer. And I'm going to mount it on a little piece of red. And I know you guys probably can't see me trimming it, but we've all trimmed sentiments before. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to grab 2 pop dots. And I'm going to put one on each side on the back. And just peel the backing off. And I'm just going to pop that right there. And I've got some Christmas stickles. Christmas red stickles here. And I'm just going to, on this one I didn't color the berries red. So I'm gonna stickle them. It took me a while to figure out they were supposed to be berries. So I'm just adding some red stickles. And I've got one up here. Sometimes, to be honest, I'm not sure if they're berries or not, but it really doesn't matter. Have some fun with it, make it your own. And then I'm going to add this little patch up here on the ribbon. I'm going to add some stickles to that. And that is our card for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time. Have a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.